Hey man, what's up?
So I want you to sell your gear.
You want me to sell my gear?
If you were to sell all of your gear, what would you keep?
Okay, so that's the video. Today's video is going to be if I sold all my gear, what would I keep? We're going to kind of do this in the order of if I had to actually buy gear again, and you really should be buying your backpack last, so that's going to be the last thing that I'm going to pick out. If I had to pick one of these pads, it's going to be the Nemo Tensor. Now, it's not my favorite pad. My favorite pad is the Uber Light, just because of how lightweight it is and I still get good sleep on it. This is the most comfortable pad, and it's also insulated, and that just means that I can use this through the majority of the year, so like into the 4th season, so like winter style stuff. Okay, don't judge me. I'm in my basement, okay? It's a mess down here. I've got all my sleeping gear, sleeping quilts and sleeping bags and stuff that I hang down here to properly store them, by the way. I've got Thermarest, I've got UGQ, I've got Enlightened Equipment, I've got Costco, I've got all kinds of stuff here, but the one, if I had to choose, if I had to sell everything, if everything had to go except for one, it's going to be something that's 4-season-ish, it's going to be lightweight, it's going to be super comfortable. I think I'm going to keep the Western Mountaineering Alpenlight. It's the one that I've enjoyed the most lately. Okay, you may be thinking that as a new backpacker, should you be buying 4-season stuff? Because Dan, you're talking about keeping the 4-season stuff. And I would say no, you don't need to do that. Because most new backpackers are only going to backpack 3-season. If you're planning on going like all 4 seasons, then for sure, yes, I would absolutely be thinking 4 seasons for everything, because you're going to need it. So let's pick out a shelter. This is where I keep all my tents. So many good ones here. It's so hard to choose. But if I could only have one, what's it going to be? I got a 4-season Nemo Kunai. I got the Copper Spur. I got the Marmot Super Alloy. I got the Big Agnes Scout 2 Carbon. We got the Nemo Hornet. I got a Tiger Wall. I am going to be taking the Copper Spur. And the reason I would take this is actually brand new, but I used to own this tent like years ago, and I sold it in order to buy the Tiger Wall, but the reason I'd still take this one is because it's a fully freestanding tent, so I could use this in any situation. I wouldn't have to think about it at all, and if it's the one tent I've got to have, then I'm definitely taking the Copper Spur. Okay, so yeah, that's not the lightest that's not the lightest tent that I have, and it's not a 4-season tent, but you can use it in 4 seasons if you really want to. It's just super versatile, so if I gotta have one, that's it. I think we could probably pick out my backpack. Okay, so here's where I keep the majority of my backpacks. I got a couple hanging over there, but those are not ones I would consider. Let's see, we got Outdoor Vitals, which I haven't even tested this one yet. I will be testing that out as soon as it warms up, because it's a little bit too small for my winter gear. But I got some kids' backpacks. I got a Hyperlight down here. I got a couple more Hyperlights. I got a Z-Packs Arc Haul. Got a couple Osprey Exos backpacks there. One's my wife's, one of them's mine. I got another kid's backpack. Looks like I got another Hyperlight down there. Man, I bet you can already tell which one I would take. It would be a Hyperlight backpack for sure, but which one would it be? It would be this one right here. 55-liter backpack. It's not the lightest backpack, but again, if I had to, excuse the mess by the way, if I had to pick only one, it's going to be this one, because it can carry my 4-season gear, and it's super lightweight. And the reason you pick this last is because your shelter and your sleep system have to be able to fit inside of your backpack. And I already know this one will hold those things super, super easily. So yeah, if I only have one to choose out of everything that I've got, if I got to sell everything, this is the one I'm keeping. Okay, I feel like I'm going to miss stuff here. I don't want to miss anything. Kind of already did. So we're going to talk through the other sleeping pad that I would keep. Do I get to keep 2? It's my gear. Yeah, I get to keep 2. I can do whatever I want. But this is like an add-on. So this is what I would do. I would for sure keep this. This thing is amazing. The Gossamer gear. This is the 1/4 inch, I think. No, this is the 1/8 inch pad. So I would keep that, because that would help my Nemo Tensor to be like super 4-season. Oh, and the other thing I'm keeping 2 of for sure, 100% 2. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what you say. I don't care what Devin says. I'm keeping 2 of my Thermarest. It's not easy to do this with one hand. My Thermarest compressible pillow. Okay, I need a ground cloth. Let's see. I keep Tyvek in here, and I keep Polycro. This is a tough choice, but I gotta think 4-season. I gotta think every possibility. I'm taking the Tyvek, and the reason I'm taking the Tyvek is because it's just a little bit more durable than the Polycro for every environment. But I have been using this quite a bit. That's a tough call. I'm going with the Tyvek. Okay, so now we need a cook system, right? Everybody gets hungry on trail. If you don't get hungry on trail, you got problems. Okay, so this is going to be the one I'm keeping. I already know. It's going to be the ultralight titanium Evernew pot. This is a 1 liter pot. And the reason I want this one is because what I do for backpacking may require a 1 liter pot. I bring kids with me. Sometimes I like to strain food. And that's what this does. It's just an awesome, awesome pot. Oh, look at that. The other pot that I have. The Toke's 550 milliliter pot, which is a great pot. Don't get me wrong. But this one is the one I'm taking. If I got to sell everything, I'm keeping this one. I got to find a stove. We got alcohol stoves. I don't really like those. We got this Chinese thing. I don't like that. We got the BRS piece of junk. I don't like it. You got this like Toke's Esbit stove. Weighs like nothing. Soto Windmaster. It's going to be this bad boy. And this attaches onto the stove. But I would definitely keep this. Best stove I've ever used. The other thing I would keep in my food situation is my food bag. This is the Hilltop Packs. Let me just say this about Hilltop Packs. This is one of the few companies out there that has legitimately not tried to milk me for my channel. Ben is a good friend of mine, great guy. Just one of the few companies out there that I really trust. Great people, and they make great gear. They'll print anything on Dyneema. So, sorry, just a little plug, shout out for Hilltop Packs. Oh, and I've had people say to me, you know, why would you even have a food bag? Like, what is a food bag? When you get a food bag, you'll understand, because it's just really nice to be able to use the attachments that are on it to hang it in a tree nicely, and they're super water resistant, so if it's raining and that kind of thing, you don't have to worry about it. But that's what I would do there. And then let's talk about the stuff that's in my ditty bag, which is also made by Hilltop Packs. Okay, so I literally haven't even emptied this since my last trip, so everything that's in here is stuff I really did bring. So let's just see what's in here. I'm not even sure. A couple of Esbit cubes. Certainly we keep those. I use those for starting fires. What? Asian beetle. Chapstick, would definitely keep this. If I could take one of anything, yeah, definitely taking toothpaste. Tenacious tape, yep, just to repair stuff. Z-Packs toothbrush, I really like this thing. This is great. The potable aqua tabs, these are nice. This is just a backup water treatment. A couple of cables, this lighter that I actually found when I was backpacking one time. Little case for my SD card. Oh, this is new. This is really cool. So this is a little inflator for my sleeping pad that I found online. Since they don't make the Thermarest one anymore for the old valves, you got to get an off-brand, and I found this one online. I don't even remember the name. Oh, here it is. This is the name of it. It is Flex Tail Gear Tiny Pump. Anyways, I'll put a link to this in the description, but oh, yeah, this thing is super powerful and filled up my AirPad in just a few minutes. So I also did have a little knife. Let me see if I can find it, because it's definitely the knife that I would keep. I would take this. This is the Swiss Army Knife Classic SD. Super lightweight little knife, perfect for backpacking. Okay, let's talk headlamps. Which headlamp would I keep out of all the headlamps I've got? I've got a lot of headlamps, by the way. Let's see what we got in this headlamp drawer. We got Nightcore ones. We've got the Petzl Bindi. We've got some Black Diamond ones, some from Claris. But the one in here that I would keep would be the tried and true, the Nightcore NU25. And it's the one headlamp that doesn't like cause flickering in my camera here with the shutter speed. So that's kind of nice. Okay, not a lot of backpacking trips, or not every backpacking trip, I should say, requires trekking poles. And my tent does not require trekking poles. But that doesn't mean I don't get to keep a pair of trekking poles, because that wasn't the deal. I didn't have to give up trekking poles. That's just like what I want to keep. What is this? A Larabar wrapper. Ignore this. I got these old knock poles. I got some old ones that I used for like spreader bars for my bridge hammock. Junk, total junk. But these ones, oh, these ones are the best. I love these trekking poles. Gossamer Gear LT5s. These are only like 5 ounces each, and I've used these in so many different places over the past several months. Love these trekking poles. Definitely would keep these for sure. And then I would take this for sure. This is the satellite communicator I would take with me. This is the Garmin InReach Mini. I've had so many people ask me to do reviews on this thing. I just don't use all the features on here, so I would not be a good person to review this. But I mainly use this for keeping communication with my family. That's like it. So up here in my Foozy, these are actually nice, the Foozy. I brought this in the winter backpacking trip I was just on. Keeps your, it's like a cooler for your electronics, but I would take this. This is the battery bank I would take. This is the Rav Power 10,000 milliamp hour battery bank. This is an older one. I've had this for a couple years. They probably got newer ones than this, but I still like it. Works great, so I would choose this. I would keep, for sure, the Katadyn Be-Free water filter with this little Aqua-Quip that I put on here, which is awesome. And then I would still use the 1 liter bag for sure over all of my other stuff, because I'm not a thru hiker. I'm a weekend guy, so this works perfect for me. If I was a thru hiker, I would take my Sawyer Squeeze. Not the mini, not the micro, the Squeeze. Okay, what else am I missing? What else am I Definitely gonna be this guy right here. This is the Helinox Chair Zero. Best chair in existence. I've also got these other chairs. Oh, here's another Helinox one for my wife. But for sure, this is the chair I'm bringing, 100%. Okay, last but not least, I think this is last because I usually forget stuff, but we'll see. We're going to talk through my jacket and a mid-layer. All the other clothes I think is pretty personal. So, you know, whatever you guys use for that, that's fine. But what I would use if I only had to choose one, because I've got a ton of backpacking jackets, is I would choose this jacket right here. This is the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer 2. This is the best backpacking jacket I've ever owned. Fantastic. Love this thing. Super warm, extremely lightweight. And then as far as a mid-layer, I would use this. This is what I would choose. This is the Appalachian Gear Company Parka. This thing is amazing. It's really expensive, but for what you get, it's just so comfortable, so nice. That's what I would keep as far as my clothes go. Okay, so just so you know, I'm not selling my gear, okay? So this all was just make-believe, all right? Because I would never sell you. I would never sell you. It's not going to happen, my precious. It's not going to happen.